Good morning, class, and welcome back to the social science class. Today we will start with a new chapter of geography for class 6. That is the means of transportation. The means of transportation is not a new concept to you people because you have heard about it, you have read about it in your previous classes also. So today we will start with a new chapter, that is means of transportation. Children, understand first that what do you mean by transportation? Transportation is the word that means that going from one place to another, taking the various things from one place to another is called as transporting. Means that we are taking certain things from one place to another, and by which means, by which conveyance we are going and coming is known as means of transportation. Okay, so this chapter contains about the various means of transportation. Okay, so we'll continue. Okay, so means of transportation starts. Okay, advancement in the means of transport and communication have brought the world closer. Means that the world has become a smaller place because we can go from one place to another at very less time. This has made the world a closer place. Means that there is no distance, that if we want to go, we can go from one place to another. In this chapter, we will talk about the means of transport and which made our life easier. It is not difficult for the human beings to go from one place to another, and also with much safety and more comfortable. It should also have to be much more safer to go from one place to another, and it has to be much more comfortable for us to go from one place to another. The story of transport begins with the invention of wheel. From where we can start from the story of transportation. The story of transportation can only be begin with the invention of wheel. Wheel means that when the man discovered the wheel, they realizes that we can move faster, we can take things from one place to another at a faster time. Today, this wheel is essential part of all our vehicles. Every vehicle has wheels. Why every vehicle has wheels? Because the vehicle or any means of transport moves on wheels only. The important means of transport are related to land, air, and water. From all way, or what are the various means which we can go? There are three important various means through which we can go from one place to another. That is, first is land, another is air, and the next is water. Okay, so we will discuss about all these three means of transport in detail. Okay, first is land transport. Okay, roadways. When we talk about roadways in India, we remember Sher Shah Suri, who built the historical GT road, that is called as Grand Trunk Road. Okay, means that Sher Shah Suri was the first person who have literally constructed a long road. This long road exists even today. This is called as the GT road or Grand Trunk Road. Sher Shah Suri ruled in India between 1540 to 1545. He built a road from Calcutta to Kabul in Pakistan. So, you children, you can imagine a road which is being constructed by or in the time of 1540 to 1545. This is a very old road and it is a very long road which is being built by Sher Shah Suri at that time. And it is the longest road of India, connects from Calcutta or starts from Calcutta to Kabul in Pakistan. Was it not a great achievement? Yes, it was. It is indeed a great achievement to build a road for such a long distance at a very previous time, at a very long back ago. So these are the concept of roads have been thought about by our rulers from a very long time. We have two types of road. We have kacha roads or unmetalled road and pakka road called as the metal road. So there are two types of road, kacha road and pakka road. Okay, so kacha road can also be called as unmetalled and pakka road can also be called as metalled road. Kacha roads connected the villages because there are various roads which are connected at the interior of India. They are not being properly made. So those are called as kacha roads. They are now being converted into pakka or metalled road. So nowadays there are various authorities who are working hard to convert this kacha road into a good and pakka roads. The horse, camel, animals, driven carts, cycles, scooters, rickshaws, auto rickshaws, car, jeep, bus, and railways are the means of land transport. So all these are the means of land transport. Roads can also be divided into the following categories. Okay, we can divide the road into following categories. What are these categories? The national highways, the state highways, the district roads, the border roads, and other roads. So these are the various roads, or we can divide the roads into various ways, or you can say various categories. The first, I'll start with the national highway. Okay, what is the national highway? National highway is, these roads are of national importance and connect big cities of various states. Why they are national importance? Because they are connected to various big cities of the country. Okay, these we can categorize into national highways. These are built and managed by the central government. Okay, so we have divided, the government has divided the work of maintenance of the road by various government. So the national highways are the roads which are being maintained by central government. Okay, they are built, they are managed by the central government. Which roads are managed and built by the central government? National highways. These roads have been given numbers. How we can recognize it? We can recognize because we have given them certain numbers. Sher Shah Suri Road or GT Road, as we have talked about it earlier, this road is the national highway number 1. So what number we have given to GT Road? We have given the GT Road as national highway number 1. Why? Because it is of great importance and it was the first road which is being made at in that time. Okay. So next is National Highway Authority of India, that is NHAI, builds and looked after these national highways. So who looked after? So there is an road authority, or you can call as National Authority or National Highway Authority of India, looks after the construction of roads, the maintenance of roads, and for new construction of the roads. National Highway number 7 is the longest and transfers 2369 kilometers between Varanasi to Kanyakumari via Jabalpur, Nagpur, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Madurai. So National Highway number 7 is the longest road. Okay, so you should know about all these national highways. So who looks after the national highways? That is National Highway Authority of India. They looked after, they maintain them, and they take care of the maintenance of the national highways. Now we come to the state highways. These roads connect the important cities of a state. Okay, the national highway connect from one state to another state. So if we want to go from state of Rajasthan to state of Maharashtra, then which highway we have to take? We have to take a national highway. Okay, but if we want to go from within Rajasthan, from Kota to Jaipur or from Kota to Bikaner, etc., we have to take which highway? We have to take a state highway, because we are roaming inside a state. We are not crossing the state. These roads connect the important cities of the state with their capital. These are built and maintained by the state government. Who builds the state highways? The state government. And who maintains the state highway? The state government. Okay. So national highway is being maintained by central government. The state highway is being maintained by state government. Okay. These are the two important highways. The third important highway is called as the district road. These connect the village and towns within the district headquarters. So district roads connect like Kota district, Bara district, Jhalawar district. So these are connecting the various districts within a particular state. These roads are maintained by Zilla Parishad. So everybody is responsibility is distributed, that who has to look after which road, who have to take care of which road. Then we come to border road. Okay, what is border road? On the borders of India, on the international borders of India, there are also roads. Okay, but these border roads are maintained by different people. Who are they? These roads are constructed by the Border Road Organization, that is called as BRO, and they are constructed in the bordering areas of our country. Bordering areas means wherever there is international borders and we can construct the roads. So who maintain? That is BRO. The Border Road Organization is the authority who is responsible for construction and maintenance of the border roads. Okay. Next is, the Government of India has constructed the superhighways connecting the 4 metropolitan cities. What are these? Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta and Chennai. So these four places are connected with each other, and this is called as the Golden Quadrilateral. Okay, this is a road which connects Delhi to Mumbai, to Calcutta and to Chennai. So a quadrilateral is being formed, and this quadrilateral is known as the Golden Quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is a geometrical shape having 4-sided figure. So 4 cities are connected with each other with one highway. That highway is known as the Golden Quadrilateral. There are international roads also. These roads had passed through many countries and are called as international highways. So there are roads which connected from one country to another country, and this is called as the international highways. What is the importance of the roads? Road transport provides door-to-door service or doorstep service. If you want to go from your house to your friend's house, from which means you are going through roadways, and from door to door. You don't have to go for any particular railway station or airport. You just have to go from one door to another. And what is the best means of going? That is the road transport. Okay. So then we come to railways. Okay, the first advantage of roadways that it provides door-to-door service. The next important thing is railways. Railways are introduced during the British period in 1853. Who have brought railways with us to our country? The British government or the Britishers have brought them railways to in our country. They have brought it for their own use. Okay, but the railway network or the railway lines have been constructed in India, and it is very, very useful for India. India has a large network of railways. There are 3 types of railway lines, namely the broad gauge, the meter gauge and the narrow gauge. What is this 3 gauges? The 3 gauges means the distance between the 2 tracks. That is called as, if the distance is more, is called as a broad gauge. If it is much less, it is called as the meter gauge, and where it is very small or very narrow is called as a narrow gauge. The Indian Railways is looking after by the railway minister. So entire ministry is there, because railway is such a big department that it has a separate ministry, and this ministry is called as the railway ministry, who looked after the maintenance, the constructions, the making of new railway wagons, etc. All is being done under the heading of railway ministry. Okay, so railway ministry is there, and they looked after for the entire railway department. Railways has been modernized nowadays. What is modernized? It has been improved. The steam engines have now been replaced by electronic and diesel train. In the previous time, during the time of Britishers, which type of engines has to be made? That is called as the steam engines. Which engines they used to construct? They used to construct steam engines. But now these steam engine, etc., has been converted into electronic and diesel trains. Okay, so they are more faster, they are more convenient, and they require less of coal also. Reservation has been computerized. You don't have to go to the railway station to get your tickets done. No, you can sit on your computers and do all the booking of the railways tickets. The first train in India ran from Mumbai to Thane, 32 kilometers in 1853. So the first railway track has been laid between Mumbai to Thane in around 1853. The metro is now being introduced in big cities. You might have seen the metro trains. In the big cities, there are metro trains. So these metro trains are there, and they have been introduced, and they have been constructed. Construction of these metro trains has been done in big cities. Lakhs of people travel it daily, as the journey by metro is very comfortable and very fast. Why do people travel through metro trains? The people travel to metro trains because it is very comfortable, and it takes very less time also, and it is very convenient for the people to move through this metro trains rather than moving on the road. The railways has become the most important integrated factor in India. Railways help us to conduct multifarious activities. Multifarious means various activities like business, sightseeing, along with the transportation of goods. You can go from one place to another. You can send goods from one place to another through railways. In India, the Shatabdi and the Rajdhani trains are the superfast trains, having a speed of more than 100 kilometers per hour. So these two trains, or these are the categories of the train which moves faster. You have ever traveled by a metro train? If you want, you have to buy a token. Only if your height is 3 feet or above, else you can travel free of cost. So this is a, you can say a category is being made. Okay, that you have to take a token. Token means a token is being given to travel by the metro train. Okay. Now we come to airways. Okay. Many people have sit in an aircraft and travel long distances through airways. Many people try to fly in different ways. Two persons who have popularly known as the Wright brothers succeeded in developing the first flying machine. These two brothers were Olby Wright and Wilbur Wright. So these two brothers, known as the Wright brothers, succeeded in developing the first flying machine in 1903. So by the efforts of these two brothers, we have constructed an aircraft, and these are being the first two people who have started the concept of flying machine, or you can call as the airways. Okay. The journey by air is costly, and it is out of the reach of the common man. There are two types of flights, the domestic flights and the international flights. Okay, so these are the two types of flights from where we can travel within the country and we can travel outside the country also. So what is the domestic flight? Domestic flights means that the flight within the country is known as the domestic flight. So if you want to fly within the country from Delhi to Mumbai, Mumbai to Chennai, etc., then you can fly through our domestic flights. That is called as the domestic, or you are not going outside the country. That is, and if your flight is across the country, if you're flying across the country, then it is called as an international flight, or you are going from one country to another country. Indira Gandhi International Airport, Delhi; Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport, Mumbai; Minakkam, Chennai; and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Kolkata are the most important international airports of our country. So these are the important international airports. Means international, if you want to go abroad or from outside the country, from India, then you have to take flights from these airports. From these airports, the international flights go outside India. Okay, Air India is under the government of India. Jet Airways, Sahara, Kingfisher, Indigo are some of the private airlines. So you people might have gone through various other means you can say from various flights, etc., and you have traveled in Air India also. Air travel is costly, but it is the fastest and the most comfortable mode of transport. So what is the main advantage? The main advantage of air transport, that it is the fastest means of transport, but it is very comfortable also. But what is the main disadvantage? The main disadvantage of air transport is that it is very costly. Pawan Hans helicopters provide the helicopter services to inaccessible areas like of northeastern states, Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. So there are services of helicopters also, and they provided the services where it is impossible to reach. Heathrow Airport, London, is one of the busiest airports in the world. Now we come to the last topic, that is waterways. Since times immemorial, people have been traveled in boats and raft. In the early man, we have seen also that the people used to they have built boats, etc., by the wood to travel from one place to another through water. Water is the cheapest mode of transportation, and it is more suitable for carrying bulky goods like cargo from one country to another. It is the cheapest means of transport. Means it is a very cheapest means of transport to go from one place to another. And the main advantage of water transport is that you can go at a very low cost, but what is the main disadvantage? That you can go only where there is seaport, where there is water. And next is, it is the slowest means of transport. Okay. The two rivers that is navigable, one is the Ganga and another is Brahmaputra. You can travel to long distances in these two rivers. Shipping plays a very important role in trade and commerce at the world level. You can send large amount of goods through ships at a very low cost. The construction of Suez Canal and the Panama Canal has revolutionized the international trade by reducing the distance by thousands of kilometers. So if you want to go from India to Great Britain or any other European country, you have to travel full of Africa. But by the construction of the Suez Canal, this distance has been reduced. See the location of the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. in the world map. In 1869, these two seas have been connected by Suez Canal. In recent times, Suez Canal has been stopped, but now they have again started. This has reduced the journey between India and Britain. The Panama Canal was opened to traffic in 1914. It connects the Pacific Ocean with the Atlantic Ocean. So these two canals is a best means, and they have reduced a large amount of distance to a very small one. In India, we have 12 major seaports. Most Indian trade is carried out by these ports. So international ports or international seaports are there, and most of these trade is done by these ports. These seaports are Kandla, Mumbai, Jawaharlal Nehru Port, Madgaon, New Mangalore and Kochi on the west coast, Tuticorin, Chennai, Vishakhapatnam, Pradip, Kolkata and Haldia seaports on the eastern coast. So these are the two important, you can say these are the various seaports which are being constructed on the west side of India and on the east side of India. So these are the three means of transport. That is, first is the road transport, second is the air transport, and third is the water transport. Okay, so this is a very simple chapter, children. Please read it, understand it, and this chapter is also there for your further classes. Okay, now children, please understand it, read it, and try to memorize it, as it is a very important chapter for your further classes also. I am reminding you, children, again for giving your attendance in the video, so that we can mark you as like in the attendance. Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you. Take care.